Okay, it's Barb. I'm in my craft studio. I do feel like I got a lot done. I don't know whether on first glance that shows, but one thing that really changed drastically was over here. Before I had those extra cubes there and my printer. Eventually it was going to be more than one printer, but I got those new, and I thought I had filmed me opening those the two up here that are designed more for like other storage. They said they work well for Martha Stewart, though they don't fit my bigger Martha Stewart, so those are just sitting on top. But it does work. The purple one has Martha Stewart ones that are, I think, like a frame punch, and all of those punches work with the same base. So I keep them there, just like the three here work with that base that's on top. So this here is going to be my punch area, my crocodile corner. There's corner rounders of different shapes and my regular crocodiles there, and there's a power punch there. I did move my embossing stand and my grand marquee over here. A few of these things are going to be going. They're just there temporarily. That Totally Tiffany pocket, I got an ideal. Scrapbook.com is selling those. I'm trying to think if I have more of them. And they suggested, since the bar is not available anymore, I mean, I have some of the bar, but I don't really have room for it on the bar. Like putting it on something like a curtain rod or something. So I was looking at like a self-adhesive, really small curtain rod that I could put maybe on the side of this Alex unit that's at the end of my desk. You can't really see it right now because this is there, but on the side of that, and putting my joy mats in that, because I did buy that holder that I'm using for my regular Cricut mats. I have my excess ones stored in a box behind here, and the bigger ones are down there. But that I figured would be nice for the ones that I'm currently using. And my big venture mats are back there. It's not the best location for them, but I don't have a lot of options left, just because I wasn't thinking of that as things hanging down low. I was thinking of the slat wall. Just let me step back and see if I can get more of the slat wall in. That's my slat wall. I'm using it for storage. Some of those things I think I'm going to actually move out of here because a few of them are kind of got heavier items in it, so I'd like them out. There's my beads there, and like my Cricut insert cards are there. These ones here have there's more Cricut insert mats there, but there's also the A2 card bases and mats that I've cut to size. I know I have some 5x7 ones, and at the end there's some wood stamp sets. I know I have more of those. I have not come across those yet in the basement. I think I have like 20 to 25 boxes left in the basement. I don't know that that's all craft stuff, because I did just label some stuff basement that was our stuff that I have to make a decision of whether it's staying or going on a garage sale. But I found my light boxes. I don't think this is their permanent home. I got more of those Dollar Tree things. So I have my ones that I use like card making and scrapbooking that I write. I put those here sorted by color. This area here is more like my planner pens. So I have those creative markers. I have some fine liners, some mild liners, erasable pens, some highlighters. Those are things I would normally use in my planner. Sometimes I use them for other things, but I know where they're at. And then down here, I've got my glitter markers and then just some regular pens that I grab when I'm working at my computer. My computer went from one end to the other because I had to hook my printer up using a USB cord, because with the new internet, the computer will not connect via Wi-Fi over to the printer. I can't get the printer set up on the new Wi-Fi is the problem. So I do have the printer over here. There's some stuff sitting there right now that won't stay, because that's kind of my 12x12 craft printer that I print on specialty materials, thicker materials, cards, bigger materials, like I can print on 12x12 cardstock on that. And then this I'm hoping to put another printer there. I'm leaning towards laser, but I'm not 100% sure yet, which is why I haven't ordered it. I do need to find something better than that little mat. Right now that's just going across that USB cord so nobody trips on the wire. But somebody did ask what kind of crafting I do on my last video. Honestly, I do a little bit of everything. My big thing is paper crafting. I got into paper crafting basically for scrapbooking. My kids are all grown. I don't have grandchildren, so there's not much scrapbooking going on in my life. But I do make cards now, and I really like to make 3D projects. If you've ever heard of a company called Dreaming Tree, which now you have to get them through Creative Fabrica, I really like their 3D projects. That one is not set up right because the lid is not on the little vase correctly. But that's one of their projects. They do florals, they do houses. They even do different types of cards that you can make. I'm trying to think, what else do I have over here that might be theirs? Oops, sorry about that. I covered the lens. That card there with the hot air balloons, the little... I don't know what that type of card it's called right off the top of my head. I should have. That was one of their projects as well. I just put that on display. The little basket of flowers, that was a Dreaming Tree project. And that little framed, sorry about that, Little Women thing up there, that was a Dreaming Tree project. I just used my Little Women paper because I thought that would be perfect because I've always loved the book and the movies about Little Women. But this is where my paper is. I'm trying to think how I did this because I've rearranged over here a few times. These two are kind of my themes, and then the rainbow, it goes over to green, and then it goes down on the bottom over to the black multi. This is basically my themes and my rainbow. And then I have some of my 6x6 and 8x8 and odd size papers down in that cube there. And I put these half cubes on top of it's two 8-cube Kallax units laid landscape laid on their sides. And then I put those half cubes from Michaels on there because like my Easy Press, my larger one, and I think it's like the original size, which was kind of like the 9x9, I think it was, is there. And then I've got the mini press, the mini Easy Press one too. It's in that little box there. My hat press is here. My laminator, I think that's the Gemini Junior. The smaller marquee. The plates for my Big Shot, the Big Shot. That's the multi-cinch and the extra punches for it. That's the bigger cinch. Those are hot glue sticks. The longer ones are in brandy bags, and then those are my different hot glue guns. So I was looking to create extra space to put some of my machines in because, what do you do with them all? I'm still debating whether next year I should try to put a few of them on the garage sale. I'm hoping maybe just start using them, be able to get crafting, and then I'll have a better idea of what I'm using now, but we'll see. My scrap rack is up there. That's a Totally Tiffany scrap rack. I'm trying to think how many bases I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 there. I think it's a 5-base scrap rack. I have a new cover I'm working on for it. I mean, that one works. I think it was what they called a wall hanging, and I cut it in half one direction, and then I sewed it together the opposite direction so that it was like a big rectangle before. So I made it a big, almost like square before. I made it more of a long rectangle so that it would cover my entire scrap rack. I did put a half cube unit at the end for some of my Spinder binders. And I want another one to put on top there for those other little things. This has some stuff that needs to be gone through, and then this stuff that needs to be cataloged. This is going to be my go back station, stuff that needs to be filed, paper embellishments that I kind of pre-sort down and then I file it. That way it's easier to bring it over and put it away. Over here, these are, it's kind of almost like my put away area. It's got extra scrap rack pages, extra dividers, extra pockets. I want to see if I can fit a few more pockets over there. These are my backstock area for colors. I put the seasons in the basement. I need a better way to store them down there, but they are in the basement. I left my Christmas ones because with the seasons, it's not only backstock, it's like bulky, chunky stuff because it doesn't fit in the scrap rack well. So I put it here. So I keep Christmas, winter and Christmas because they're kind of some of those are interchangeable. I work on Christmas all year round, so I left that out here. And then right now it's got fall. I should probably switch it to Halloween because realistically at this point I'm probably not going to do any fall crafting. I'm hoping maybe I can get started with Halloween crafting. And then it's got like my blank tags. Oh, I do have the tag one. Stuff I bought for junk journaling, my pinwheel punchboard accessories, my flower punchboard accessories. There's just like some Ziploc bags, and the bottom one has my mom's jewelry. I still am trying to figure out something I can do with that. And then I have my stamp pad holders here. The one is completely empty because I have not found my distress oxides yet. I've got my alcohol markers in those ones that I had bought that I originally was going to do all my pens in. So I'm using them, just not the way I was originally thinking I was going to do. Over here, over these ones here, in those cubes, there's a insert from IKEA. I'm trying to think what they call it. I think they call it a 4-shelf insert because it comes with 4 shelves, but it actually divides the cube into 5 spaces. And then the trays are Bright Room trays from Target. They're approximately 12 by 12, but they will not hold 12 by 12 paper because the interior measurement is less than 12 by 12. Just wanted to make that clear for people. And then I found self-adhesive handles on Amazon that I stuck on there because if those get pushed all the way in, they're hard to get back out. So the handle makes it easy to grab them. I kind of created little like liners just by taking a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and scoring it at intervals that fit my washi, and then making it like an accordion type thing and putting those in there to separate the rows of washi. My washi and pet tape is there, and then I have like mini inks over here, embossing folders. That's just got like different painting stuff. I think I put my pet tape on this side. I think that's why there's one drawer over here that was originally over there. That cube there, I get the stuff out the other side. It's got my 12 by 24 paper. There are a couple bead sets there. There's planners here. I think I am planning to move those because right now underneath here in the back, I've got a 2-cube unit. I think that one's actually from Target, not IKEA. It's the Bright Room. It has the Target inserts, the IKEA inserts. The Target ones are slightly bigger, the interior cube, than the IKEA ones. But I can fit the inserts in there. I think I'm going to move this paint one over into that one that has my planners and put my planners down here. And then in the one here, I have part of my acrylic paints. I still have more acrylic paints. That's only like my neutral colors, so I have a bunch more, but I think I'm going to buy a unit kind of that resembles these, but I've seen them on Amazon for a lot cheaper than like Stampin' Storage has them, and I think that'll be fine for my paint. And I think I'm going to get 2 of them and stack them there at the end and keep my paints there. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but that's the plan. But then I've got my Crafter's Companion stamp binders that I've gotten over time. I'm debating on that purple thing is from Crafter's Companion. I'm trying to think. I can't think of what they call it. But I've had it a long time. I got it on clearance and I really haven't used it. So if I don't start using it before the garage sale next year, I think I will sell it. That's just an empty box to put things in. This one here is a Totally Tiffany die and platform, something, I can't remember exactly what it was called. It's long since retired, but it's got my Cuttlebug plates in it because my Cuttlebug is still in the basement somewhere. That's something I'm thinking about putting on the sale too, with all of my plates. If I do, these things over here need to go because I don't think they'll work in any other machine but the Cuttlebug. I've got some stamps here. Those ones, these two I think are empty right now, but these ones have like my Stamps of Life. These have my Sweet Stamp Shop. I used to love her stamps. My adhesives are in this one. This one, I'm trying to think what's in there. Oh, I think my Tim Holtz markers are there, and just like some blending tools and my planner punches. I'm not sure some of this stuff is staying here, but it's there. That's the Totally Tiffany die file that I keep, like my shape, kind of basic shapes like squares, rectangles, stars, hearts. And it pulls out, and it's got magnet strips, and your dies stick to it. I didn't want all my dies on this, but I thought it would be great for just kind of like the regular shaped ones. It doesn't have anything on it. It doesn't have anything on it. Some of them I really need to get some that shape because I labeled them. Hearts, stars. It doesn't say anything. I know I do have, I think maybe some hearts and stars, but I need to get a grip on what I have because I'd like to get more of those layering type. I think that's what they call them. I could be wrong on that. But then, but underneath there, those are Craft Supply Flippin' Storage Binders. They are by Totally Tiffany. They hold my embossing folders. Those are just like templates. Not sure what's in that one. Oh, I think there's some Tim Holtz things in there. There's some more embossing folders here. I need to get something to hold my slimline embossing folders. My woodblock stamps that are just like individual stamps. They're not sets. Those are some stamps that I bought for planning. And then there's back here some, I think my Gemini plates are there, and like the folders for the marquee are down there. This cart here, let's see if I can get it back into view, is a Michael's Hudson cart. I'm using it for my planner stuff. I'm starting to tear apart my planner books and divide them up by like this is what I call more my functional. It's got the days of the week, the months, that type of thing there, and then this is like my themes, and then I have my seasons there. These are like licensed characters, so my Disney, Harry Potter, Wonder Woman. I think there might be some Supergirl, Barbie there. This is going to be my rainbow, which may need to be bigger because some of that stuff may move to rainbow that I have in the functional. We'll see. And then in the back, what did I decide to put there? I know I decided something needed to go there, and I don't remember what it was. Isn't that horrible? I can't remember. I can't remember what I put there. Oh, I know what it was. It was the like little inserts for the Happy Planner that were just like maybe half a page wide. I stored them down there. I have more of those someplace. I need to find those because I know I had some out already, but that's kind of the plan. I was really hoping to get a desktop computer for in here, but that hasn't happened. This here, that's where I put my, that's an Alex drawer unit, the longer one. It does not have what that's labeled is not correct because I used to use that, have my printer on there, so I had a lot of my printing supplies there. Now it's got things more associated with heat pressing. I think the sheet protectors are still down in the bottom two drawers because I didn't really have anywhere else for that. I moved the printing stuff over here. These are the old style cubes that Michaels and Hobby Lobby used to sell. I think I've heard people say they're like Jet Max. And then I think they were labeled Recollections at Michaels, but the new cubes Michaels has are bigger than these. These were like a 14-inch cube. The ones they have now are 16-inch. This one's like 8 by 16. Yeah, it's 8 this way and 16 this way, and then it's 16 deep. So the full size one is 16, 16, 16. And then this unit here, this one, is also not a IKEA one. This one's from Target. It's a Bright Room, which I found these. They're Totally Tiffany album holders. I can't remember whether they're the post bound or the 3-ring, but I find those are really, really snug in the IKEA ones, but here they slide in and out really well. I don't use them for albums. I use them for I got them on sale really cheap, and I thought they will work fine for like my acetate, my crepe paper, my washi sheets, the felt. They work great for those things because they're 12 by 12 size. So, and then my seasonal paper outside of Christmas is over here. My Christmas paper is on a cart. And then back here, up top, those they have my letterboard letters. I made like little boxes to go in the drawers, so it has like my letterboard letters and numbers, and I think the 4-drawer one has like different words, and then my Xyron refills are there. Those boxes up there right now are, I think, empty. One of them might have something in it. I plan on using them for like some bulky seasonal supplies that I just want to leave over here, like my napkins and stuff like that. And those are like old negatives and things. This one here with the 9, that's divided into 9, that's supposed to be like a wine bottle insert. I have Totally Tiffany. Some of them are Edna bags, some of them are Merrill bags. Those two bags are really similar. The difference is the Edna bag doesn't have a flap on the short end, which is what you can see, and the Merrill bag has a flap that velcros closed. Merrill's designed more for like small tools. That's why it seals on all 3 sides so that stuff doesn't fall out. But that has my ribbon in it. My ribbon and my twine are there, and it's sorted down by rainbow and season and theme. The doors behind those is my fabric that is folded up on the Totally Tiffany fabric wraps. These are totally down in the next row here are my fat quarters. There's also some in there that it's just a small amount of fabric left, so I folded it like a fat quarter and put it there. That's that cube that has my 12 by 24 paper that you can't really get to from the other side, but I can get to it from this side. Down here, these are like the Cricut Smart materials and infusible inks. The infusible inks are here, and Smart materials. And then my vinyl, I was going to say Cricut vinyl, but there's other vinyl there besides Cricut. But my vinyl's there, sorted out by color. And there's a folder in each for the sheets that is labeled what type of vinyl it is. So I have the permanent, removable, and iron-on labeled, so I know what's what. Down here, so there's some Joy materials, and I'm trying to think. Oh, there's a few more fat quarters here because and I think my seam binding is down there because they wouldn't really fit up there. That one's got like paint brushes. My Cricut cartridges are there. I'm going to keep those. I have to find something to put the books in because I'm going to get rid of the boxes. And then my light board stuff, I think. No, I moved the light board stuff. What did I leave over there? I don't remember. I moved the light board stuff over here. Oh, I think one of the light boards is there for something. I can't remember. But I think I'm going to have to lose the decorative cubes because I know I have more yarn down in the basement yet. So I think I'm going to need those 2 cubes for... I did have decor in 6 of them, and now it's just going to go because it's not there. Mainly these units back here are from They're sold at Walmart, so the Better Homes and Gardens cubes are very similar to the Kallax. But these ones, the interior cube is slightly smaller than the Kallax. So like my Totally Tiffany paper pads, especially One Direction, I think if my paper were this way, I could put those in there. But I wanted them to lay the other way, because originally I was thinking about using these for my paper because it's 3 high, the One Direction, but the paper would not fit in it. I'm glad I checked it before I set it all up. So this is mainly hubby stuff. I do have my scrapbook albums down there in the back, and there's like some coloring stuff that we both use, but this is stuff that's his. He's a big Cub and Bear fan, in case you couldn't tell. Very big Chicago Bear fan. He also loves Captain America, so he's got lots of Captain America pops. But I kind of set this side up with his stuff so that he would feel like it was his space as well as mine. And it's because especially the back half is supposed to be. I do want to try to do some crafting with him, and I'm hoping it's not too late for that. It's just it took way longer to get it built than what I was told, and it's taking way longer to set it up than what I had hoped. Realistically, I knew it was going to take this long. I was just hoping maybe somehow I could get it done faster. But anyways, it gives you a good idea. It's coming along. It's probably going to slow down. It's going to set up. I do want to try to get more stuff like put away and on the desk, that are on the desk and stuff, and that's on the floor. Hopefully maybe that can be kind of my thing this next week. Though in the afternoon I will bring more stuff over after my youngest daughter, when she gets home from work early in the afternoon, because she starts really early. Once she gets home, he can stay over there with her, and I can bring boxes over. It's hard to bring the boxes over when he's here, because he wants to leave if I'm not. Well, he wants to leave when I'm here. If I wasn't here, I can't imagine how he'd be. But anyways, it's coming along. I'm happy. I think I'm getting closer to actually being able to craft. So, and that's the goal. That's the end goal. I missed my crafting. I feel better. If you watch regularly, you know I was really, really struggling. I feel better since I've been able to get out here and really start setting up. Just making the progress on it has made me feel better. I did move on top there. I don't think I showed that. Those are Cavissel letter trays from IKEA. They actually will slide into the cubes. I had them in the cubes. I decided to move them up top when I moved the punches. Yeah, I still have to get way up there for the punch boards, but they're not stacked as high as the punch holders were. And I also put my Totally Tiffany canvas binders there. Those hold my embellishments for my seasons. And I figured that was fine those were fine up there, because I only get down the one I'm using. I do have one for Christmas too. I should show you if I can. The video's going to be a little longer than usual. I decided to go a little more in depth. Underneath here, I have 2 carts. This one has sewing stuff on it. This one's a Totally Tiffany companion cart. This one's a Totally Tiffany paper cart. It has my Christmas paper, my binder that has Christmas embellishments on it. I work on Christmas year round, so to me, having it on a cart under my desk was great, because then I can just pull it out when I'm working on Christmas. Some of the stuff I'm not sure it's staying where it is. This is another paper cart. This one has my planners on it. I have said before, I use a different planner every month. I only put a month at a time in it. I track a lot. I have an area at the front that I just use for decorating, though I haven't been doing that. I want to get back to that. And then in the back, I track what I'm trying to post on social media, my appointments, hubby symptoms. I put my what did you do today in there. I track our TV watching in there. I might have moved that to my other one that I did. I was tracking my books and my TV watching, and I think I moved them to a different one. But I have this one's my summer planners because that's where I'm at right now. But then I've got fall, winter, spring. This one has extra like full-size notebook paper for the planner. The middle one has some designing elements. Like I have the clear transparent sticker thing that you can put that over the page. You can put the stickers on that temporarily and then move them over to the page. So that's got like that in it. And then these are extra rings in this 6-drawer. I think it's a 6-drawer unit. So there's that. This cart here has my P-Touch Embellish on it, and it has my We Are Memory Keepers. It's We Are Makers now, but at the time I bought it, it was We Are Memory Keepers. Printmaker on it. I want to get back to using that. I had really just started using it a lot, and then we're getting ready to move, and of course that went away. And then I got that cube unit back there. I've got my extra paper here and some different blending tools and coloring agents and stuff like that back there. So, but some of that I'm thinking I'm going to move. And this one has card making stuff in it, which again I use a lot. So I do like this extra one. Just has, I think, like dies and stamps in it. I do want to get all my dies and stamps put over here if I can. So we'll see how that works. That's the plan. Sorry if I make you dizzy, but I do like right now I've got some things I just bought still sitting here because the Halloween containers are behind my older daughter's car, and she's home today, so I can't get to those. I'll have to try to put them away tomorrow, but it's coming along. I'm feeling it. I did get more of, I think, my Supergirl stuff, I think, out since last week. I got my Sleeping Beauty stuff there. Got Wonder Woman up there. Some more Sleeping Beauty because I had more Sleeping Beauty than that. And this is kind of Wonder Woman and Supergirl. My Little Women stuff, my Postal stuff. I tried to put things that kind of meant something, or even like told a little story about me. Of course, the Barbie plates are up there because my name. A couple of projects that I've made. Some Illinois bears, the August birthday bear. I need to change the July thing to August, even though by now it's almost. And then there's just some things like I have my little May angels. Most of those my mom gave me over time, so they're still up there. My birthday's in May, so that's why I've got May angels. My Dolly Parton pop, my little Outlander people. My Sean Cassidy stuff, because I was a big Sean Cassidy fan back in the day. I did get my blending brushes put up there. I do want to get more blending brushes, but what I bought were cable organizers. They're just self-adhesive little things that you're supposed to like put your cables through, like your iPad or phone cords. But I used it. I seen somebody online use it for the blending brushes, so that's what I did. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next time.